G'day, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. The Pittsburgh Steelers are making moves, right? I know, right? You wouldn't think so, would you? Because half of Steeler Nation is saying, you know what? They're not doing anything, but they are. Come on, do something. Move that Steelers logo. Do something. Man, in my opinion, guys, welcome to Steeler Nation Australia. Make sure you hit that like, hit that sub before we start the video. But in my opinion, guys, I do feel like the Steelers are doing something. They lost Sutton yesterday. Straight away, there was already talks of bringing in Patrick Peterson, and he's going to sign in the next few days. So you lose Sutton, you bring in Patrick Peterson for a 2-year deal, which was cheaper than Sutton. Now, Sutton is a great player, but it's good. It's also good to see Peterson come in and fill that role. That's doing something. Now, well, as my thumbnail says, you have Kazee, Herbig, and OGUNJOBI, right? If I start with, I think, Kazee first. So, according to Steeler Nation on Twitter and via the Schultz report, Steelers are signing Damonte Kazee to a 2-year deal. That's fantastic. As a Steeler fan, that's what I want to see. I want to see Damonte Kazee working with Minka and playing good football, hopefully, if Terrell signs again. Now, if Terrell Edmonds doesn't sign, that's fine. I still think that Kazee is a pretty good player. Before his injury last year, in the preseason, he was going off. He was making every tackle. He's very physical. He can break on the ball. He wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. Now, obviously, the team believes in him to sign him for 2 years. That's a good deal, signing him for 2 years and bringing him back into the defense, along with Patrick Peterson and Minka in the backfield. And we might go and get a high corner at 17. That's doing something. Now, also, free agent defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi is headed back to the Steelers on a 3-year deal, $28 million. That would pay him $21 million in the first 2 years. So around, $9 million a year? Another player, and I was according to Adam Schefter, another player the Steelers have gotten that I think most of Steeler Nation says you have to keep Ogunjobi. He was excellent last year, and you pair him with Cameron Hayward on the other side, go and sign someone, maybe get a draft pick at 32, and you have a pretty big defensive line. Ogunjobi for a 3-year deal is key for this defense over the long run. So that's fantastic. I'm happy with that. Now, lastly, this guy. Yes, I don't know who he is. The Steelers have agreed to terms of guard Nate Herbig on a 2-year deal, $8 million, $4 million guarantee, right? So $4 million a year. Says here that GM Andy Weiler was in Philly when Herbig was with the Eagles and believes he's a starter. And I think he has. He started with the Jets and he's also started with Philadelphia. Now, this is also a good move for me. First of all, it's good depth at the O-line, which the Steelers need. They need more players at the O-line. It also has a counterpart to Dotson. I don't think he's going to play right guard. I think James Daniels has that set. But let me know in the comments below if you guys think he might play right guard. But I feel like Herbig, if he comes in, right, and he's a big fella. He's 6'4", almost 340 pounds. He's a big guy. And I did see some highlights. He can run people over in the running game. So that's fantastic. That's what we need for this offense. Now, okay, for him coming in, it's not a splashy move. It's not the crazy move that we all expect, that we all want to expect. Not expect, we want to expect. But it's a Pittsburgh Steelers move. And I will be talking about all three of these guys later on in my live today, guys. During my lunchtime, I'll go live the same way I did yesterday. We're going to talk about every single player and what happened in day 2. But I feel like this is a pretty good move for the Steelers. It's really cheap. You bring in a guy who can back up Dotson or compete with Dotson. So all 3 moves today made sense. A lot of Steelers fans out there, come on, man, do something. You're not doing something. They are doing things. They brought in Peterson because Sutton left, and Peterson's a Hall of Fame cornerback. They re-signed Kazee because Kazee fits that three-headed safety rotation where Kazee can stay back, Edmonds comes down the box, and Minka can also roam around too. Peterson will probably get involved in that as well, right? Kazee can play safety, can play bits of corner, he can play bits of slot too. I like that. Ogunjobi can play really good defense on the D-line, and this other bloke, Herbig, is playing guard to help out at competition and depth. I like it. Anyways, that's it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. Steelers sign all 3 players. I think it's fantastic for the direction of this team. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I love it. I actually love the way they've signed Kazee, Herbig, the Jets dude. Waddle knows him. Bring him in, and you got a good big contract for OGUNJOBI, who's now going to be a Steeler for 3 years. Fantastic. All right, guys, I'll see you later on today.